Hello everybody, it's Lincoln with Repair Shop Reckoning. Today I am going to be going over the basics on how to start a job within Shop-Wares. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on New Estimate up here. Then at that point it will bring you to this page that is inside the RO. If this is your first time using Shopwares, then at that point you're going to enter the customer's information by clicking on this blue box right here. If it's an individual customer, then you'll keep it hovered over individual, but if it's a business, you're going to want to click on fleet. Then at that point it's going to switch the required boxes from first and last name to business name. Then at that point you're going to enter in all of the information needed for the customer's profile. What we like to do is when we enter the customer's phone number, we like to put in this label box right here the first and last name of the contact person that we will be contacting, even if that's a business or if that's an individual person. That way we know who we're calling. So once you have all of the information in the customer info right here, we're just going to be using this as an example. Then at that point you select on the customer, and then over here you see it pops up with vehicle info. You can select pre-existing vehicles that you have serviced. So when you enter a VIN under a company one time, it will show up on the customer's profile under their vehicles. So then at that point you're going to either enter their VIN or their license plate number, and then it will end up pulling their information. So we could just use this kind of for example. So as you can see, let's just say we entered their VIN number, their full VIN number. It came up with that vehicle information. So over here you have service specs that you can go through and see the basic service specifications. You have the license plate number, the fleet number, the color, and the odometer in. The odometer in is going to be the biggest thing that you need to keep an eye on. When you go to end up starting a repair order, the odometer in always has to be set at least 1. So let's say if you have a company call you and they say, we're going to bring our vehicle in next Thursday, and you want to put it onto the calendar, then what you're going to do is you're going to put the odometer in as 1. You're going to go over to due in, and you're going to select the following Thursday or whatever day it may be. Then at that point, if you don't end up starting the job right here, usually you'd click start RO and then you go through the necessary steps to start the actual job so it would show up on the home page. But if you don't want to start the RO just yet, you'll go over to scheduling, month, and then as you can see, since the job is not started, it will still show on the calendar. But you have to make sure that the due-in date is selected in order for that to work. Now let's say you have the customer in the front office right now. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click start RO. You're going to go through the proper steps. Since I don't have a license plate, it's going to flag me for not having a license plate. There is a requirement on this page. Shopwares just added this. You have to make sure you select which source the job came from and the label that the job will be under. So then at that point you can start the RO, and then you would select, obviously you would select the service advisor and then the tech that will be working on it. For training purposes, we'll just click on payment pending. Then at that point you'll end up seeing it's going to be in my queue. So let's say you want to transfer it to somebody else's queue. There's 2 ways you could do it. You could either drag and drop into their queue, or you can go up here and click transfer and then to whoever the person you would like to transfer. You could also add notes when you go to transfer the job over to them, and it will pop up in the top right of their screen. Now, as you can see, this glowing yellow indicates that I sent the job over to the whoever I wanted to send it to, and they yet have not accepted the job into their queue. Now, it will still show in their queue, but in the top right corner of their screen, it will say, for instance, Lincoln sent you a job, and then you would select OK, and then at that point, the background would turn white. So that is basically the basics of starting a invoice.